The toilet has always been something to be ashamed of, causing embarrassment or disgust, so it has always been censored, especially in movies. Not everybody knows that the first time a toilet appeared in a movie was in Psycho by Alfred Hitchcock, in which the protagonist tears up some notes, throws them into the toilet, and then flushes them. Hitchcock purposely placed the toilet in a crux so that he wouldn't be able to delete the scene. Later, over the years, the toilet has appeared in every movie genre. Here, we listed 20 different movies where most of the toilet scenes have no limits. Sometimes they're funny, others weird or disgusting, but sometimes they remain in history. Harold and Kumar go to White Castle. The story of this comedy film follows Harold Lee and Kumar Patel as they decide to go to the fast food chain White Castle after smoking marijuana, but end up on a series of comical misadventures along the way. The toilet scene happens when Harold and Kumar get trapped in a bathroom where two beautiful girls are playing battleships, and the guys run away disgusted. Detroit Rock City. Detroit Rock City is a comedy that tells of four teenage boys in a Kiss tribute band who try to see their idols in a concert in Detroit in 1978. It tells a coming-of-age story through a filter of 1970s music and culture in the United States. It took its title from the Kiss song of the same name. Here, the toilet scene is quite similar to the previous movie. Hawk, Lex, and Trip Viruti are spying on a girl sitting on a public toilet. Suddenly, the stalls fall, and the toilet splashes water everywhere. American Pie. American Pie is a famous teen comedy film that is the first of the series and concentrates on five best friends, Jim, Kevin, Oz, Finch, and Stifler, who attend East Great Falls High. Except for Stifler, who has already lost his virginity. The guys make a pact to lose their virginity before their high school graduation. The title is borrowed from the song of the same name and refers to a scene in the film in which the protagonist is caught masturbating with a pie after being told that third base feels like warm apple pie. Writer Adam Hertz has stated that the title also refers to the quest of losing one's virginity in high school, which is as American as apple pie. Here, the protagonist of the toilet scene is Finch, one of the five guys, who is afraid of using public toilets. But this time, he can't hold it in because Stifler put some laxative in his coffee, so he cannot fail to use the school restroom, but distractedly, he winds up in the girls' restroom. Jackass 3D. Jackass 3D is a 3D adult comedy film, the third of the series, which follows the same premise as the previous movies and the television series. It is a compilation of various pranks, stunts, and skits, and has no plot. In Jackass 3D, the toilet is a portaloo and a catapult to make a poo cocktail. You can imagine the results. Bridesmaids. This comedy film plot centers on Annie Wig, who suffers a series of misfortunes after being asked to serve as maid of honor for her best friend, Lillian, at the wedding. The toilet scene comes up when the ladies get struck down with severe diarrhea and sickness after eating bad meat in the middle of a dress fitting for Maya Rudolph's wedding. 21 Jump Street. 21 Jump Street is an action comedy film that follows police officers Schmidt and Jenko, who are forced to relive high school when they are assigned to go undercover as high school students to prevent the outbreak of a new synthetic drug and arrest its supplier. In the toilet scene, Schmidt and Jenko were finger-popping each other to throw up a special drug they took. Austin Powers, International Man of Mystery, a spy comedy film, which is the first film of the saga starring Austin Powers, a fashion photographer by day and secret agent by night. After being hibernated for 30 years, the British spy is awakened to fight his archenemy, Dr. Evil. Sitting on the toilet, Austin breaks free, grabs Patty O'Brien's head, and pulls it between his legs so that it hovers above the toilet bowl. The Big Lebowski. In this crime comedy, Jeffrey the Dude Lebowski, a Los Angeles slacker and avid bowler, is assaulted as a result of mistaken identity, after which the dude learns that a millionaire, also named Jeffrey Lebowski, was the intended victim. The millionaire Lebowski's trophy wife is kidnapped, and he commissions the dude to deliver the ransom to secure her release. The plan goes awry when the dude's friend Walter Sobchak schemes to keep the ransom money. In this bathroom scene, Jeffrey is assaulted by two guys who plunge his head into the toilet while they're asking for money, but have got the wrong guy. The sweetest thing. In this comedy film, Christina has only one rule in love: exploit men without setting up a serious relationship until she meets Peter, but she loses sight of him and leaves to look for him with her friend Courtney. During their journey, Christina and Courtney go to a men's restroom, but they run into some accidents. Christina finds a glory hole and gets blinded while Courtney tries to pee in a urinal, and the piping explodes when flushing. Trainspotting. Trainspotting is a black comedy where Mark Renton, a young Scotsman, spends time with his heroin addict friends. Everyone wants to fight the terrible effects of drugs, but the temptation is very strong. Everybody remembers the surreal toilet scene where Mark loses an opium suppository in a filthy toilet and tries to get it back, plunging himself into the bowl. Meet the parents. In this comedy film, Greg Fokker, after proposing to his girlfriend, arranges a meeting with her parents so that the two families can get to know each other. In this famous comedy, the protagonist of the scene is a cat using the toilet like a person and then flushing too. The Phantom of Liberty. The Phantom of Liberty is a surrealist comedy film featuring a non-linear plot structure that consists of various otherwise unrelated episodes linked only by the movement of certain characters from one situation to another, and exhibits Buñuel's typical ribald satirical humor, combined with a series of increasingly outlandish and far-fetched incidents intended to challenge the viewer's preconceived notions about the stability of social mores and reality. In the most famous scene of the movie, the guests are sitting on toilets in a living room, but soon, when we see one of them asking where the dining room is, as if it were a bathroom, we understand that the whole thing is reversed. They were already in the bathroom, but without feeling embarrassed, whereas the act of eating is perceived as something private and to be ashamed of. Paranorman. In this stop-motion animated film, Norman, a boy who can speak with the dead, is the only one who can defend his town against a centuries-old curse that causes zombies, ghosts, and witches to attack. Mr. Prendergast appears to Norman during a bathroom break to inform him that he must be the one to break the witch's curse. True Lies. In this action comedy film, Harry Tasker is a sales representative for a computer company. Harry is actually an agent of a private organization that hunts down any threats to the United States. Secretly, Harry Tasker is tracking down nuclear missiles in the possession of Islamic jihadist Aziz. Harry's mission is complicated when he realizes his neglected wife, Helen, is contemplating an affair with Simon, a used car salesman who claims he's a spy. This time, a bathroom is also a perfect setting for an action scene like this, where Harry is involved in a long shootout in which the bathroom remains completely destroyed by bullets. Pulp Fiction. In this famous Tarantino movie, a killer falls in love with his boss's wife, a boxer reneges on his promise, and a couple attempts a robbery that quickly gets out of control. Vincent is often in the toilet when something bad is happening, at the diner, at Mia's house, and in Butch's apartment when he is killed. Is he constipated because of the heroin? Just Married. This romantic comedy film opens with Tom and Sarah at the airport, then flashes back from the moment they met up to the present. Working-class Tom Lezak and upper-class Sarah McNerney meet up when Tom accidentally hits Sarah with a football. A few months later, despite opposition from Sarah's rich family, they get married. In this funny comedy, the two newlyweds during their honeymoon flight decide to have sex in the smelly airplane toilet, and on top of that, his foot gets stuck in the bowl. Dumb and Dumber. In this screwball comedy film, two unemployed friends, Lloyd and Harry, are involved in an insane adventure that originates from a lost briefcase full of dollars. The funny toilet scene happens when Harry needs to poop in Mary's house after Lloyd served him a coffee laced with a laxative. Unfortunately, the toilet is broken and can't flush. Not Another Teen Movie. In this parody film, in the stereotypical high school community of John Hughes High in Southern California, attractive Priscilla, A popular cheerleader separates from her talented football star but slacker boyfriend, Jake Weiler. After Jake discovers that Priscilla is now dating timid and weird Les, just to spite him, one of Jake's friends, Austin, makes a bet with him to turn Janie Briggs, a uniquely rebellious girl, into the prom queen. Mitch, Ox, and Bruce are in an air vent spying on the girls' restroom, but they are surprised when a girl releases disgusting smells and noises, and then the air vent falls, making the whole restroom collapse into a classroom. Jurassic Park. Jurassic Park is a science fiction adventure film where the industrialist John Hammond has created a theme park of cloned dinosaurs called Jurassic Park on Isla Nublar, a Costa Rican island. After one of the dinosaur handlers is killed by a velociraptor, the park's investors, represented by lawyer Donald Gennaro, demand that experts visit the park and certify it as safe. Gennaro invites mathematician and chaos theorist Ian Malcolm, while Hammond invites paleontologist Dr. Alan Grant and paleobotanist Dr. Ellie Sattler. Dr. Grant helps the children escape from the T-Rex, but the lawyer, Mr. Gennaro, is eaten while hiding in the outhouse. Scary Movie 2. This is another parody film. Where the first film was mainly based on the slasher films of the 1990s, Scary Movie 2 parodies an array of supernatural and haunted house films from various decades. Father McFeely battles his bowel movements before battling the demon in this prologue parody of The Exorcist and the Amityville Horror.